Good afternoon, guys. I'm about to show you all around the little garden here, show you what I got going and tell you how long it took for me to develop these things. So click like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be right back with the rest of this video. Good afternoon, guys. So it's been about 2 months since we moved to this place, and this is what it's starting to look like. Pretty awesome, I think. Give you a quick reminder of what it used to look like. Take a quick look at this. Good morning, guys. This little section here is going to be the first part that I worked on. Giving you a little before, look at it now. So today, I'm going to take you around, I'm going to show you all these different beds. This is was the first bed that we got reclaimed and replanted. Did it with radishes. And we'll take a close-up look at those radishes. See, these are all icicles and they're growing thick. See if we got one that's close to ready. These guys, all of these greens here are edible, and I've been thinning them out a whole lot. These icicle radishes, they need a little more time than the baby bells. Those greens are so luscious and so thick. These guys here. Well, there we go. I've harvested several bunches of these baby bell radishes off of here already. And they're looking good. They'll be ready for a market harvest probably, I don't know, maybe next weekend. Looking good. Also planted this bed with radishes. It's also got garlic inside of it too. These guys are looking nice, luscious and green. These guys are doing really good too. See some of the garlic coming up right there and right there. Yep. Over here I got sugar beets going inside of that fig tree. Now this fig tree came off of that big mother fig tree there. And she's gonna do good. She's already budding out. These are sugar beets, and they look like they want some water. It's pretty cold here right now, so I'm going to give it to them today. This bed here has asparagus in it. We tried to get all the weeds out of it, although it was more weeds than anything else. You can see some of it trying to come back in there, but we left all the asparagus ferns, buried them kind of in dirt. Hopefully they will choose to root and maybe make more of themselves. And each one of these little brick sections here is mostly just for looks. I mean, of course we'll harvest them, but inside of here we got mustards and cabbages and onions going all the way down that road. That's pretty. It's going to look really pretty when they come in. Now all of these mustards are just dig up transplants from that really thick mustard row there. This is what our beds look like when I first get them started. And this is just leaf litter, bedding litter from all over the farm. Make a row like this, and I'll come in there and I'll cover it with dirt. all of these mustard transplants here came out of that mustard row right there, and I will do that several more times. All those little plants that you see there will be dug up and put anywhere I want them to go. You see I got onions going down both of these rows, or both sides of this row. In this row on the right you got mustard greens, on the left you got turnips. These mustard greens, like I said, I have thinned them out multiple times, and I will continue to thin them out. You see those little holes on there? That means I'm going to have to add a little diatomaceous earth to it. These mustards are looking really nice. Really, really nice. Coming along really good. And all of these down here I'll thin out, and many of these small ones inside I'll thin out, and I'll just plant them, well, pretty much anywhere I got a place to put them. And then these turnips, the wind's blowing heavy right now. They're looking nice. They are really thick. I could probably thin these down a bunch and just make a pot of greens out of them. But what I'll really do is just wait for them to start making baby roots. And I'll start pulling the baby roots up as I want them. Entering them to the market. And some of you right now are asking, Chris, why do you sow so thick? Well, this is the principle. It's 2 Corinthians 9 and 6. But this I say, he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Some of you will say, well, listen, you're taking out of context because this is talking about spiritual seeds and it's talking about maybe offerings as well. This, what you're saying is biblically true, but they made the correlation biblically because the sowing of seeds and how you sow a seed dictates how and what you will reap. It was such a truth that they could move it over and use it as an example. So I sow very, very thick. I do it on purpose for the reason that I can thin out what I don't want. I can transplant what I don't want in any given bed. And if there is a germination failure, I still get the crop that I want. So I sow bountifully so I can also reap bountifully. Things that you're looking at here, I can actually harvest them right now as they are and eat them. Yeah, I'd say probably another 3 weeks on those turnips before we get good roots. But this stuff has only been in the ground for about, I don't know, maybe a month now. Got onions all down this side too, and down that side. So a lot of onions. Things going on now. I've transplanted some mustard down this way. This area here, we did seeds that came from packets where I did not buy them in bulk. And every once in a while in here, you'll see something that looks like a kale or a broccoli, and that's what was put here, and they did not come up very well at all. And I tend to see that with packaged seeds. When you buy little packaged seeds with the pictures on them, the germination rate is just not great. Right. And then, so right here, we're making another bed that's going to be, kind of like those beds in shape. I don't know if I will put the stones up there. That's something that was here long before I got here. But we'll do a bed right here. And basically, I've tarped the area. I'm going to try to kill the grass. And I'm just going to keep piling biomass on top of that tarp. And eventually, I'll just pull the tarp out from underneath it, add some dirt, and I'll be ready to plant. Now, this bed, We've reclaimed a couple of times, but there's so much grass coming up in it. I'm going to do it a couple of more times. Hopefully get it to the point where I feel comfortable planting it. And this is our mixed lettuce greens right here. And you see all that grass coming up in there too. There's a lot of seed in there, or roots, whatever it is. But I've been pulling out little grass out of here quite a bit, and I will continue to do it. And it doesn't look like I'm going to beat it, on this harvest, but I'm going to try to cut it down as much as possible. When I harvest this lettuce here, it will be harvested with the greens harvester. They just come through and just cut it off for me to be beautiful lettuce cuts. The problem is I'm going to have to get all that grass out of there. Hopefully I can pull it up and at least get the grass population down really low before the cuts. So there you go, guys. Quick little look around this little garden section. So Chris, where's the kale? Where's the collards? It's a good question. And the fact of the matter is I went to all of my seed suppliers locally to try to find kale and collards and a few other seeds, arugula. I still haven't found arugula. I have found kale and I have found collards, and I do have them started. And we'll see how that turns out. They'll do really good through early spring. My favorite time to garden is right now. You see, even with this being January the 3rd, and right now it's in the mid 30s, and I still have some insect intrusion on my beds here. It's obvious by the little holes. I mean, even with that weather. So in early spring, that compounded, I don't know, a lot. So anyways, hopefully I can get the collards and the kale going and get them in a bed fairly quickly. I already have them up about 2 inches tall, but I'm gonna put them in the ground when it's advantageous to do so. I don't think the time's not right now, and that bed's got to get finished up before I plant them too. I moved in 2 months ago. Took us about 2 weeks before we really got started on these beds, and these crops been planted maybe a month. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you again with another video.